Jaguars at Titans. I'll be using the opening lines from Bet Online. They get to the market first. I have a lot of respect for that. So I'll be using their opening lines. Open Titans -3.5, now -4s across the board, except for Bovada, hanging a 4.5. The total opened at 37. Now almost all 37.5s, except for Bookmaker, that's still hanging a 37. The Jags stopped a 7-game slide, snapped Indy's 5-game winning streak. It was an ugly 6-0 win, but they showed life. Jalen Ramsey held T.Y. Hilton to 8 catches for 77 yards. The Jags held the Colts' dangerous passing game to 224 yards and just 41 yards on the ground. Kessler came in 18 of 24, 150 yards, won for the first time in 9 career starts, was sacked 3 times, but did not have any turnovers. The Jags will get Fournette back. That is a good thing. They managed just 79 yards on the ground on 27 carries. Hyde just 13 for 36. Yeldon just 8 for 6. A couple injuries. Defensive tackle Avery Jones left the game. Also, the Titans snapped a 2-game skid to keep themselves on the fringes of the AFC playoff chase, but they did not look good doing it. Let's not fool ourselves. Barely beating the Jets 26-22 at home. Mariota threw for 220 of his 282 yards in the second half. There was no rushing game. Henry 10 for 40, Lewis 6 for 36. Tywan Taylor caught 3 for 104. Another quiet game for Corey Davis until the game-winning touchdown. Jaguars at Titans. Should the Titans be 4-point favorites, Donnie?
They should, because it's on Thursday, and they should probably, again, if it's Cody Kessler that's going to be a quarterback. I mean, let's take a look at Jacksonville. In a league, Jimmy, as we know, it's nice to run the football. You can run the football, set up the passing game, but you have to throw to win football games, especially when you're going on the road. The last 3 games, Jimmy, that the Jacksonville Jaguars have played with Blake Bortles, without Blake Bortles, 64 yards passing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, 107 yards versus the Buffalo Bills, and 132 yards versus the Indianapolis Colts. I can't back a team, especially if they're going to run Kessler back out there. And I know they're getting Leonard Fournette back, so that might open up the passing game a little bit. But it's completely inept, and the offense is broken. At least, and if I'm going to, and I'm basing this on getting a healthy quarterback play from the opposite side with Marcus Mariota, who seems to have a hand injury every single week. Something new crops up. I'm banking on him being healthy and able to start and be effective in this game. At least they have some semblance of an offense that you can bank on. With the Jacksonville Jaguars, if they run Kessler out there again, I can't back them any way, shape, or form. And you know me, Jimmy, with my bias. Thursday night, make a case for the home team. If you can't do it, just move on.
This very low total, but 2 teams with absolutely inept offenses. What do you think of this low 37 they're hanging?
Look, we don't know who the quarterbacks are going to be, but let's just bank on what we're going to get. It's a shame, and I don't even want to say it's a shame because Blake Bortles stinks, but if Blake Bortles plays in this football game, Jimmy, I would just bet the over at 37 automatically because might get bad road Bortles, which means a couple interceptions. I might get a couple, nice passes that he might be able to make. Leonard Fournette's going to be in there. I would bet the over. But if I'm getting Kessler again, from what I watched, I didn't watch the complete game yet, but from what I watched, that offense can't do anything against anybody. So it plays to the under if Kessler's in. If he's not, I actually really like the over because we're looking at look, it's going to be close to that number regardless. 37, every single thing would have to go your way to hit the under if Blake Bortles plays.
I was thinking about that with the 26-16 win Ravens-Falcons. They created no offense whatsoever. There was no offense in that entire game, and yet 42 points were on the board. It was the least amount of yards the Falcons had put up in 20 years, and 42 points still got on the board. And we were very unlucky not to hit the over in the Bills-Dolphins game. That missed field goal would have got it of 475 yards of offense from the Bills, and we don't get it. But we can get to that in a little bit. Jaguars at Titans. Donnie, going back to that tried and true move of finding a reason to like the home team here. I can agree with that. And the total seems uncomfortable unless Bortles comes back. But I don't see Bortles coming back. Do you think it's possible that it's just a one-game rest for him?
I think and I don't understand what the point of Jacksonville doing this. You're playing Kessler. He's not your future. At least you can make or break Blake Bortles and eventually just, cast him aside. Maybe they already did, which is the reason they're doing this. It's the same thought, Jimmy, that me and you go back and forth with again with the same agreement. What are the 49ers doing without C.J. Beathard at quarterback and just running Nick Mullins out there? Sometimes organizations don't even make sense with what they're trying to do. If they want to win this football game, it would be Blake Bortles, even though he's been a bad road quarterback. You have no shot with Kessler. What are you scoring, 10 points? I mean, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I guess they're just sending a message Like you say, they're just sending a message to Bortles that his time with the team is over. That is your Thursday nighter. We're not going to get another chance to hammer this game. Find a reason to back the Titans at 4 points. I don't know if I want to do that. They've been so disappointing. I guess they showed some life against a very depleted Jets defense, a Jets defense that didn't have a turnover for 5 straight weeks. I guess Mariota came alive late. I guess that's the spot.
They were brutal in that game. You're right, Jim. I mean, the Titans were brutal in that game. You can almost every win in the NFL is good technically, but that's as bad a good win as you're going to find because they were outplayed and probably should have lost the football game. So you're right. Right on cue.
I agree. And the steam that went on the Titans late, all the money going on the Titans, it was a very confusing spot last week. Vitalis joining us. Bill Butlicker, the king of props, joining us. We got a great group here. Vitalis saying tracking 1,245 bets on Thursday Night Football. 82% of the money is on the under, moving it from 38 to 37.5. Very dangerous. Very dangerous to have a total of that low and going under. But these are two extremely weak offenses. But we do know that the Titans are capable of turning it on at times.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.